Before I start the stream, can you guys just verify that my mic is okay before I start the stream? Can you guys just verify, please? I don't want to talk for 10 minutes and, just to scroll down and everyone say my mic is all robotic. Can we just verify that, please, before I start? The mic is okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for that, Mugen. It's good to see everyone in the stream. Matt J, good to see you. Omar, wa alaikum salam. Jobin, Mugen, Raisin, Rayon, how you doing, brother? Beam, good to see you as well. Let's just go over a few questions. I'm thinking of buying Tectum as 7 recommended before. Do you see, as a right time now, do you believe Tectum can 30x? Well, first things first, my friend, I have very high conviction in Tectum. Tectum's a project, during the times where everyone was calling this a scam. Everyone was calling this more or less, you could say, a rug pull, you could say even. I was still bullish on this when this was around $4.5, $5, between that range. I was telling you guys to accumulate. Why? Because, sometimes a project does tend to dip during a bearish market. You don't look at price action in a bearish market because then you start thinking all of these projects are scams. And then, when they start, the only thing that matters is, are they developing? Are they still making developments? Are they building partnerships? That is what matters the most. And at that time, Tectum was still doing that. They were still active. They were doing weekly AMAs, which shows that the team is still heavily invested into the project. And since then, it's done fairly well, almost 2.5x. And I would say it will continue to do well. I think Tectum, even now at this stage at $11, can still do a 30x comfortably. That would put it just over $300. I can definitely see that. That would put it around almost 2 to 3 billion. I think with the tech they have and the amount of, a lot of people are starting to show Tectum, especially on Twitter. So I do think it can do very well. MicroStrategy has increased 6%, price over $100. Would this affect Bitcoin and cause it to pump? I don't think so, no. I think as Bitcoin does well, I think MicroStrategy will do well as well. I don't think they're correlated, though. I don't think MicroStrategy and Bitcoin are correlated. Black, good to see you, buddy. Carlos, Big Hoove, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you in here. Very good to see you in here, Hoove. It's been a while, Hoove, but I hope you've been well, man. Hoove has been making some excellent calls in the VIP group on the memes. He called Speedy, which done approximately a 10x. I think it was either him or Prez. So I got in my VIP group, I have Hoove, I have Prez, and these guys are in charge of the memes. And so far, they've been doing very, very well. They're called Speedy, which done a 10x. They're called Groggo recently, which done like a 16 to 20x. They're called Fifi, which done over a 10x as well. These are the kind of coins we were finding very early. It generally comes, through my group and then ends up in other groups because these guys tend to find these meme coins very early. They are very good at finding memes. And people in my VIP group, because thanks to these two, Prez and Hoof, have been making some very good gains. King Casper, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you, my bro. Bitcoin down to 60, 61K, then bounce and then down. I do think Bitcoin right now, what's happening is because of the uncertainty with the elections, I think people are just, kind of bored and no one wants to sell Bitcoin. No one really wants to buy at the moment. So I do think you can see a scenario where it could just consolidate. It could go as low as maybe 57K, maybe as low as, depending on some sort of, I don't know, some news might came out or something to do with the war maybe, and then bounce. And I think it will consolidate till the election. And I think after the election, people will decide whether they're going to start, sending it to new all-time highs or potentially dumping it back down to new lows. That's basically what's going to happen. I think if Trump wins, we will most likely go higher, maybe to, maybe even retest back to 70Ks, maybe even at the highs, maybe. Probably will break this higher low structure. If Camilla wins, then most likely we'll probably head back down here. maybe in the low 50s, maybe even below 50. I think people right now, because of the uncertainty, I already said this last month. I said because of the uncertainty, just go watch a couple streams back. Everyone was expecting an October. October is supposed to be the most bullish month, but I told you guys, because of the uncertainty of the election, it's very unlikely, that we're going to get a massive bullish October. Why? Because you have to think one side is very, very pro crypto, and the other side is openly, they basically hate crypto. So because of that uncertainty, and no one really knows who's going to win at the moment. So what tends to happen during these times of uncertainty, we just consolidate, and then meme coins go parabolic again, and utility tokens start tanking again. This is what happened. I think that's what's happening right now. If you look at meme coins now, I think a lot of money is starting to flow into meme coins rather than utility tokens, where they're slowly starting to dump again. For us, it's not bad because then we get more buying opportunities. But for the markets, the people that bought at 66K, what I told you guys, after the rate cuts, the market pumps for 2 weeks and then dumps on the first month because of the uncertainty with the unemployment data. And then, this is what happened. We rallied for 2 weeks on the 16th. This is rallied 2 weeks, dumped, and then we rallied again because unemployment came in very healthy. But now, because of the uncertainty of the election, the market just doesn't know which way to go. It's just consolidating at this range. We'll find out after the election if we're going to go put in a new all-time high, or we'll most likely, dump back down. Because right now, no one can say Bitcoin's bullish or bearish. You have to think, because there could be a scenario where we retest this and then maybe go higher, or it just breaks the support and then we go lower. No one really knows, because all it takes is one little crisis to bring everything down. But then if there's no bad news, then the market generally just goes higher. There's the way that it normally works is the market needs a reason to go lower. Otherwise it will always just trend higher, because of there's constantly money printing. Every government is printing money to some degree. So because of that, assets just get inflated and go higher. That's just how it is. But it needs a reason to go down lower. So then, for example, if Israel attacks Iran now, that will crash the markets. It needs a reason to go down, or maybe a bank collapses. Because recently, if you guys don't know, Bank of America, a lot of people was experiencing some issues where their balance was showing zero. And today, Warren Buffett just sold a decent amount, out of Bank of America. So that's a warning sign right there, maybe it could be a banking collapse. We don't know. No one knows. Like, you can predict it to other cycles, but every cycle is different. That's why it's a market. If every cycle was the same, then it wouldn't be a market, would it? Everyone would just make money. Every cycle plays out different. There's going to be some sort of crisis that no one could predict. For example, no one predicted the war at the start of the month, because Iran said they were going to retaliate back in June, July times, and it took them all the way to now to do it. So it's uncertain. The best thing to do is just slowly DCA, have some money spare in case we get a crash. If not, then you kind of know if you break 64K and hold, we'll most likely retest this again. And if we break past this, then we'll just have a left translated cycle at this point, which ideally none of us really want, do we? How deeply could potentially fall if Middle East war continues? Well, you have to think, if it's like if it turns out to an all-out war, it's very likely that I think Bitcoin could crash heavily. Why? Because this is not like Russia and Ukraine, where the war didn't really affect too much. It affected a few European governments, but other than that, it didn't really do too much. But the difference is with Iran and Israel is that so much oil comes out of the Middle East that it will more or less cause a collapse in the economy. Iran has already said if the war happens between Israel and Iran, there won't be a single drop of oil leaving the Middle East, because you have to think Iran is like a missile superpower. They've got many missiles, supersonic missiles, that air defenses can't stop. They will just blow up every single oil facility owned by the Americans, in the Middle East. And that's what they will do. That's what they said they will do. And there won't be a single container, oil container leaving the Persian Gulf. That's just how it is. And that will cause a collapse in the economy. oil will go crazy. The price of oil will go crazy. That's why this war, we don't really want it. We might cause a dip, but then it will cause an economic collapse as well. So ideally, no one really wants this war. Safe G, I hope good to see you as well, my brother. I hope you're doing okay as well. Joey Martin, good to see you as well, buddy. Trust, good to see you as well. Am I going to release new DCA levels? After the stream, I will release some new DCA levels, yes. Bitcoin looking like it wants to go down to... It probably... Look, it's staggering here. It doesn't even know which way to go. It pumps, gets rejected, pumps, gets rejected. It's just consolidating here. It needs a reason to go down, that's the thing. Otherwise, it's just going to chill. You are good to see you as well, brother. Can you NPC Partisia level? Apparently, good token was active on Twitter building. We can have a look at that, buddy. We can have a look at that. Now, in terms of Altseason, I think Altseason will happen when the Fed switches to QE. Now, because the economy is doing far better than the Fed expected, because they cut 50 basis points, what that's done is allowed that the bottom half, well, the 10-year bond to go parabolic, and this is not something that we want. Why? Because it's not good for new home buyers. It is very unhealthy for them. And what this done is caused this to get inverted again, which historically signals a recession. This is the type of stuff that the Fed, the 50 basis points that I was telling you guys about. When they cut 50 basis points, it leads to stuff like this. This got uninverted, and they were going lower. Now they got inverted again, and potentially will even go higher. This causes a lot of issues in the economy. We won't see in the short term, but give it a couple of months, you start. A lot of people will start feeling the effect of that 50 rate cut. If you understand economics, you understand when bonds go up like this, it's not very healthy. Even the dollar is going back up as well. If you look at the dollar, which is why risk assets are struggling right now, is mainly because of the dollar. Dollar had an explosive pump up. It's holding. Most likely will go higher. It probably will go higher to the end of the year, I think. Steve, good to see you, buddy. I'm late to the crypto party. Have now bought some safe tokens, but around 5K to invest for higher returns. Any suggestions? Yeah, my friend. So the best tokens, you could say, what I would advise you to buy, my friend, is number one, you could buy a layer 1, layer 2, which is Tectum. It's not really high risk. The market cap isn't the smallest. It's $84 million in market cap. But the best thing is there's no more dilution to the end of 2026. So there's no more tokens coming into circulation. The only thing that could potentially dump this down in the short term is the staking rewards. So the people that's been staking their tokens for the past God knows how long, they could potentially get an unlock and then, cause a little dump in the price. Maybe a 10%, maybe a 15% dump. But most likely it will just get brought up. That is one scenario that could play out. I don't know. I don't really stake it. So I don't really know when the unlock's going to be. I can't check though. I'll probably check. But that is, that's happened in the past where they've unlocked tokens for the staking. And because the staking is really good, people ended up generating a decent amount of tokens. And it caused like a nice 15 to 20% dump. But Tectum, keep this on your watch list. We got Sensay, which is a very good AI coin, very low cap, high risk, high reward, $5 million in market cap. Volume is not too bad. They are going to get more exchanges. One of the biggest concerns about this project that a lot of people tend to have is they're only on Nexi, but these guys are going to get KuCoin and Bybit, which are solid tier 2 exchanges. So they have exchange listings on the pipeline. They are continuously developing, which is good to see. Or another very good token, if you guys watched the town hall today, where they talked about, the tokens, well, the development of the tokens, they said that they have more partnerships coming up.
they're in talks with more centralized exchanges, and I think one of them is a tier one. So they definitely said they're going to get tier one listing. They've got their data hub coming out. They have a bunch of bullish stuff coming out very soon. They got a new marketing director, so we can probably potentially start seeing this getting marketed way more than it has in the past. But you guys can see the sentiment behind this project is quite bullish. Everyone is more or less bullish on this project. They got grants from Microsoft, Google. They got some very big partnerships. Dow, Lenovo. I think on the town hall they said that Lenovo has extended their contract with Alt for another 3 years, which shows that the AI agents are very, very productive, and people like utilizing them. EMG, good to see you as well. And then you got, if you want a gaming pick, go with OTK. Now, the volume isn't the best. You guys a lot of people have liquidity issues with this, but if you guys know a little bit of insider information, these guys are going to get other exchanges. They've already, they're partnered with some of these exchanges, so of course they're going to get it at some point. They got partnerships with Gate, Mexi, so of course they're going to get listings at some point. But it's all about doing it at the right time. That's the most, that's how you basically maximize exchange listings. Exchange listings during, let's say, a gaming pump. If a project says they're going to get a few exchange listings, it causes a massive pump. People buy into that project, and if you do at the right time and utilize the time accurately, your token can do very, very well leading up to the exchange listings. There was rumors of AGI getting listed on Binance. It went parabolic in a very short period of time just based off rumors. I think it went from 20 cents all the way to 60 cents after already pumping so heavily. So those rumors, exchange listings can cause a parabolic pump in the short term. That's why they're so important. And the OTK team is very competent in the sense where they're keeping these exchange listings for the right time, rather than just getting them now, which would just cause a small pump and then another dump, and it would just all go down to the drain. That's why I like the OTK team. And this type of simple, very easy to play games on mobile can do very well, in my opinion, because the earnings lucrative. Yeah, they have a dual earning model. At the end of the day, for gaming, the most important thing is the earning aspect. If you look at Axie Infinity, which was the previous top performing gaming coin, the games were terrible. No one cares about very high quality games, because if they did, they would just go play Web2 games. It's all about how much money you can earn playing the game. That's why I'm bullish on this project. You can earn real world rewards and in-game tokens, which you can obviously sell, NFTs, etc. That's why I'm so bullish on OTK. It has a dual earning model, which most other projects do not have, specifically gaming projects. So don't look at the quality of the game. I've heard so many people say, "Oh, OTK is shit because the game quality is terrible." But look at Axie Infinity. That was the best gaming project last cycle and gave the most gains. So, and their games were awful, worse than OTK's games, but it still outperformed most other, it was the highest cap gaming project. So it doesn't matter about the quality of the game, it matters about the earning, because that's the only reason people even play Web3 games, is to earn money. AMG, good to see you, brother. I wouldn't dismiss the possibility of Bitcoin going down to 30k area due to all macro issues like other bull run hitting. Connect my VPN. Look, I would never want to be that bearish, because then you could potentially wait down to to 30k Bitcoin, and it might never happen. There's always a possibility of everything. There's always a possibility that Bitcoin and tomorrow goes and breaks all-time highs. But I would never wait down to 30k, my friend. That's just not what I would do. There is a possibility, of course, if you get a hard landing, it will go lower than that. But then, it is very hard to predict 30k. I wouldn't even wait for 30k, bro. I wouldn't wait for 30k. Of course, there's always a possibility. But if Bitcoin cannot break this higher low structure, but within the end of the year, then within the next month or two, then most likely it will go down to the low 40s. But I would never wait for 30k though. 30k, I think, is too low. all the macro issues, it doesn't come, it doesn't affect the market straight away. It can next year though. That's the thing. So, for example, when the yield curve uninverts, it could take anywhere between 1 month to 1 year for the recession to occur. So you could be, the yield curve already uninverted like a month ago, 2 months ago. Now it's inverted again, which is more or less, we would definitely get a recession next year. Is every single time is uninverted and inverted again, more or less, you've had a recession every single time. So the thing is, these type of stuff could take months and months to play out. It doesn't happen straight away. There's a possibility it could, but I wouldn't wait for that possibility, my friend, because there could be a scenario where the Fed injects a decent amount of money in the markets to push it higher, and then we get some sort of the bubble burst sometime next year. That's a possibility as well. That's why everyone's so bullish now, because of all the metrics that's happening outside of the crypto world. The macros is very, very bad right now. But people are thinking the Fed is going to start injecting some money in the markets because China's printing now. The M2 money supply is going higher. But, the Fed is still taking stuff off their balance sheet, and a lot of central banks around the world still are. To get the super cycle, we need some sort of crash within the next couple of months. By December, the Fed will come to the rescue, and then we'll have a super cycle. Otherwise, this will just be a normal cycle. And a lot of people don't like that, but that's what will happen. You won't get a major cycle if you don't get a massive crash. This isn't a massive crash. This is just consolidation. We had such an explosive pump because of the ETFs. Now we're just more or less consolidating. But if you want a super cycle, we need maybe some major crash, some sort of big bank collapse or something. I don't know. That's what we need, and then the Fed can come to the rescue, and then that will cause a super cycle. But I personally wouldn't get that bearish 30K. I don't think 30K is possible, in my opinion. The lowest we could go by the end of the year, if Bitcoin cannot break this higher low structure, would be around 40K-ish. Mid to low 40s, that's what I would say. 40K, 42, maybe a wick down to 38, possible. That's the lowest I would say we will go. Unless, like I said, we get a hard landing. But in a business cycle could take, years to play out. It doesn't always happen straight away. It could happen next year. We could get the hard landing next year. That's the thing. So it's hard to. I personally would not bet on that, my friend. I would be 85 to 90% in the markets, and then keep some money, and then keep stacking cash on the side. In case we do get a crash, that's what I would do. Have cash ready in case the crash does happen. But you don't want to bet on a crash. You'd rather be in the markets, at least that way you can make money no matter which way the market goes, because no one can predict it. We're not market makers, we're retail. We can only do so much predicting based on previous charts and other metrics. But these metrics, bro, every cycle is different. That's the thing. You can't predict none of these stuff, bro. I personally would not be waiting for 30K to buy, bro. What do I think about Leica? I don't really like Leica, bro. The use case is very niche. It will pump because it's a micro cap. The website looks decent, but the use case is very limited, my friend. There's multiple projects like that, and they haven't really done that well. But like I said, it will still pump. You can trade it and make decent money. But it's not going to be the type of coin that's going to give you a 30 to 50x to 60x to 100x. It'll give more or less give you like a 5, 10x, something very quick. PR, good to see you, brother. Can Gaiman, also Swiss, made apparently good fundamentals, made a comeback? I think gaming can make a comeback, yes. I don't think it's a bad project. I think gaming and deep in both can do very well. So, the combination. We've already had there's a very similar project to gaming, which is GHX. You could class these two very similarly, and this done very, very well. I remember when I seen this around here, and I just never brought it because I don't even know. I just faded it, to be honest, and it went on to do some crazy numbers, but all the way to 30 cents. It could have easily made like a 30x on this, but more or less I faded it. Someone actually showed this to me, and he told me it was a very good token, and I just faded it, and it done very well. So I gotta give praise to that guy, but it's hard to say, my friend. It's hard to say. But I do think gaming, will still pump. It's not dead. It just launched at the wrong time. That's all it is. A lot of these projects launched in March and they just been dying, but it does not mean they're rock pools. This is how most projects, when they come out in a bearish market, behaves. Do not think just because this project, has dumped significantly, that is a rock pool and is not going to perform well. When the market takes off again and gaming gets bullish again, this will still do well. So don't have that mindset and thinking these projects are scams. As long as they're developing, as long as they're constantly updating, which they are, that's all you need to look for, and that's all you need to be worried about in these projects. Because when the time comes, when gaming starts running again, most of these projects will perform again. It's just a matter of patience. If you can hold your tokens for that long when the market dead like this, newer projects always struggle. Well, most projects that everyone knows about already, they tend to do well when Bitcoin goes up. But these struggle though because no one really knows about this token yet. The same thing with all Sensay. They don't perform as well as the other tokens. And gaming in itself is more or less dead. Whereas AI at least has a chance of pumping short term. Gaming, on the other hand, is, you could class gaming as very, very undervalued right now. Now, the left likes crypto to come in and doesn't actively go vote because it's more popular. Yeah, but Camilla said if she's in office, she's still going to give Gary Gensler the job. So it's more or less the same thing. Gary Gensler clearly hates crypto, so she more or less hates crypto regardless if she says it or not, bro. Because she's already said as soon as I'm in office, Gary Gensler will still stay, SEC leader. So it's I don't really believe what she says, bro. Good day, Top G, fellow Trump supporter. Is how you doing, brother? I think Trump is a better bet, anyways, for the economy, bro. For everything, even for crypto. Bitcoin off sex all-time low. ETF inflows increasing. Inverting yield curve apparently turning back negative. Inverted yield curve being inverted again. Well, it's not really bullish, my friend. That's not a bullish thing. It puts a lot of strain on new home buyers, and so I don't really think it's a bullish thing. That's why the 50 basis point rate cut, it normally signals that the economy is doing bad. But now the economy is doing well, that 50 basis point rate cut is going to cause some issues. And the yield curve, I don't know who told you the yield curve inverting again is bullish. I don't know who told you that. 66 people watching, only 22 likes. Boys, smash the like button. I'll put this up for a reason. Like and subscribe. Hit the likes. Let's get to 100 likes this stream. It all depends. A lot of people, if you watch different YouTubers, there's like everyone's in like, I don't know, like you could say everyone's like, they don't know what they're doing. Everyone's guessing different things. Some people say we could have a early light translator cycle. Some people are calling for 100K in the next month. It's very hard to say, bro. All of these people are just guessing random shit. No one really knows. Some people are saying, soon as the election, Donald Trump wins, Bitcoin just going to go to 100K within that month. I don't think that's going to happen, bro. If that happens, we're not going to get an Altseason because the Fed is still in QT. We'll get a little pump 2-3x here and there. But then, and if we get a collapse, then look, the left translated cycle is not good for us. That's all I'm going to say to you guys, bro. It is not good for us. We will not get an Altseason if we get a left translated cycle. So, all the people that's calling for a left translated cycle, they're just Bitcoin maxis and they don't care about altcoins. And they're open about it. If you listen to the people with the left translated cycle, mindset, they don't even buy altcoins. They just long Bitcoin and just trade Bitcoin. That's it. That's all they care about. For us altcoin investors, especially micro cap investors, it's not going to be the best for us, to be honest. We're going to get a little pump, maybe a 5-10x across the board, but maybe a 20x max. But everything else, a left translated cycle isn't going to do the best, but I'll be honest with you. I personally don't want it, and I don't think any of us want that. We'd rather just get a normal right translated cycle. That's what we want. But if you get a left translated cycle and Bitcoin goes to 100K in November, there's going to be no alt season, bro. Another type of alt season we want, at least. It'll be a very it'll be smaller than the ETF alt season for sure. Smash the likes and chill, bros. Appreciate that, BF. Good to see you as well, brother. Found the channel recently. Enjoy your knowledge. I hold a large bag of lithium. What kind of market cap do you see in a bull run? I do like a lithium. I think a lithium can do very well. I do like layer ones in general. And a lithium is one that has smart contracts, which is good to see. And they do have some very bullish features, being a layer one. Most layer ones are just very basic, but this one actually has very unique features, which I do like. But in terms of market cap, it's hard to say, my friend. It does tend to follow Bitcoin, well, Casper, and Casper right now is struggling. Only because I think the reason Casper is struggling short term is they keep getting involved in stupid stuff that they're not supposed to get involved in. For example, they get involved with a lot of politics. If you look at the team, because they got an Israeli team, and a lot of people don't like Israel right now, they're getting involved in politics. I don't think a crypto project shouldn't even get involved in politics. It has nothing to do with you guys. You guys just stick to crypto. Don't get involved in politics, because then people get emotional when politics get involved. And because of that, there's a lot of investors probably will sell. That's probably why it's dumping. But I still think a lithium long term can do very well. I do think it can do very well. It hasn't really pumped in the short term, but it's already had a very explosive pump from $1. So if you're gonna buy this, most likely you probably have to buy around. I think between now to $1 is a good time to DCA this. It's obviously a little bit higher market cap. I personally prefer Tectum over this. That's why I've picked Tectum. But if you hold this, I think it's completely fine as well. Both of them will do very well. What do you think about Aerodome final? I think Aerodome will do well, my friend. I think Base has started to pick up again. I think the transaction on Base hit an all-time high compared to most other chains. And maybe, I don't know if Aerodome is pumping in the short term, but it probably is pumping. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, it actually has pumped aggressively. Yeah, it's done a 2x since the previous pump. It's not bad. And it's holding up very well as well. I do think Aerodome can do well. Obviously, it's a lot higher market cap, so don't expect this to go to give you 100x. It's going to give you a 5-10x max, my brother. I don't really like trade at all. It will definitely pump because, look, the dexes of all projects, main chains, do tend to do well. So if that chain does well, for example, when AVAX were doing very well, Trader Joe was doing very well as well. But Trader Joe is not going to give you more than a 5 to 10x because, I don't think AVAX is going to give you more than a 5 to 10x. I think Sue and some of these newer chains will most likely outperform the older ones. That's what I think. So instead of buying Trader Joe, buy one of the dexes on Sue, because I think Sue will outperform both of these. OTK may go as low as maybe like 20 to 2.3, 2.5 cents. Around those regions, a good time. I don't really look at meme coins, buddy. I don't really care about meme coins, to be honest with you. There you go. Mortgage rates have gone up since interest rates dropped. Exactly. That's why, it's not really a good thing when the cut rates, and bonds are going up, because the mortgage rates do go up. It's not good for new home buyers as well. And, and renting is not really that cheap, is it? So all in all, it's not really a good thing. So Euro understands economics. Crypto God, good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Listening to our work. You're working right now. I think a lot of people enjoy that, don't they? Fed doesn't control mortgage rates. I believe once mortgage rates drops, we will get an alt pump. I do agree with you, my friend. I do agree with you. I think when retail has more money in their pockets, they're most likely to come and maybe gamble with it. I don't know. Put in some meme coins or some altcoins. But when mortgage rates are high, altcoins are not going to pump, because then they have to pay more money every single month on their mortgages. Appreciate that, my friend. Thoughts on Lit? I personally would not buy Lit. I have a moon bag. I bought it, before the massive pump, and then I moon bagged it and now my moon bag is worth pennies. Not really worth fuck all, pretty much, you know. So it can come back, but I wouldn't bet my money on this, bro. I think this project is more or less done now. I think the best thing to do, in my opinion, is just if you do hold it, just hold it, bro. There's even shit pumps in a bull run, 5, 10x. You know, there's a possibility this could do the same. I think it will pump at some point because of how undervalued it is during a gaming pump. You know, I think all of them pump. Creo was like 100k in market cap or 80k in market cap when I bought it, and it was completely dead. Look at it in Creo now. Creo is like millions in market cap. So there could be a chance where this, you know, just chills here and then randomly wakes up and does, you know, 5, 10x. There's a possibility. That's what I'm thinking it will probably happen. So it's better just to keep it, my friend. You know, it could do even more. I would not buy it though, unless you put in like, I don't know, $50 or $100 and just, you know, do or die pretty much. What's that project called? Partisia. Is this a new coin? It looks like it's a new coin. It doesn't even have the empowering people, protecting privacy. Oh, this I've already seen this, bro. I think privacy coins can pump. I do think they can pump. Blockchain use case. It's not too bad actually. To be fair, it's actually not too bad. They've got a decent amount of transactions. Any more partners? Let's have a look. So they got KuCoin Labs, which is good to see. They got MetaMask apparently, Polygon. Yeah, they seem to have decent partners as well. It's not too bad. It's not one of those tokens that's going to give you crazy returns, but it does have the potential to pump though. It has a docs team as well, it seems. Yeah, it's not overall, it's not a bad token, my friend. It's not a bad token. Not one that I would invest into just because of the weak narrative it's in. I don't think privacy is a massive narrative anymore. But you know, overall, it's not a bad token, buddy. It's not a bad token. What market is it on? It's got good exchanges as well. Mexigate, KuCoin. Those are decent exchanges. Overall, it's not too bad. I don't know what the market cap for this is though. I think because it's a new token, it won't really tell you. And I don't even know the vesting schedule either. Dude, that's something you're gonna have to check on your own time. You gave a bad reaction to Aki. The polymesh is the best deepen out there. I think you may be missing out. No, I didn't give it as a bad reaction. I think, you know, fundamentally it looked like a very good project, and I would even consider buying it. But the problem is the vesting schedule was a bit harsh, my friend. But I do think fundamentally this is a good project. But you know, the vesting schedule is quite harsh. That was my only concern with this. It was I did say the project looked very good, and it had a very good use case. But if you look at it, you know, if you look at the vesting schedule, it's $13 million in market cap, which is fairly low, you know, for a project like this. You know, I think it has it's on a bullish chain as well, base. But you have to look at the vesting schedule. That's what matters the most, to be honest. And if you look at it, I mean, bro, look at all these unlocks that's happening consistently all throughout the next year. And all throughout the bull run, this is gonna have unlocks. And it's not like it's a small percentage. You're looking at, you know, 15% for the team. You're looking for the foundation, which is another word for early investors. That's 20%, you know, 35, 40. Most of the supply, you could say, is in the hands of early investors. Pre-seed, you know, I don't know what that means, but token infrastructure, early bird, pre-sale advisors, KOLs. There's too many early investors, my friend. And that is why I'm not bullish on this project. It would be different if it doesn't really tell you what these. I don't know what price those guys got their tokens at, or how much they raised, because it doesn't really tell you. That's the only thing. If you had a fundraising thing here and it told you how much, you know, how much each person raised, each pre-sale, then, you know, I could give it a better opinion on it. But let's just look at the vesting schedule in general. So $18 million in market cap. Let's say by August next year. Yeah, look, bro, this is actually, Yeah, so by October next year is going to be just over 3x dilution. September next year, just over 3x dilution, my friend. And you have to think most of this dilution, that 3x dilution, is all early investors, and they control approximately 60% of the supply. So that's why I don't like the project, my friend. Like I said, fundamentally it's good, but a lot of these new projects, they've ruined it based off the vesting schedule and how much tokens they've given to early investors, my friend. So that's something you're gonna have to be very careful of, because it might pump in the short term, but then eventually when new buyers run out, those early investors are gonna dump this down to shits. So you have to be very careful, my friend. A lot of people tend to FOMO in on new coins when they first come out, and then they just get dumped on and become bag holders, as all those early investors who get their tokens every day just sell. This is currently getting a little bit of attention, hence why the price is holding up. But then eventually the buyers will run out. People focus will go to somewhere else, and this is just going to dump down, significantly, and then it might be a good time to buy. But the vesting is too harsh, buddy. That's the only reason I don't like it. Mr. T, good to see you, brother. Desync will pump because Alex Becker will shill it. Out of those two, I'll probably pick Mavia because it's newer and you probably get a Binance listing guaranteed, more or less. Whereas Miria, all three of them will do well, I think. I think Miria gets showed by quite a few influencers, and so does Mavia, and so does Desync. But I don't really like Desync. I think the only reason people buy it is because of Alex Becker. That's the only reason, people think this project is good. But fundamentally, it has no docs team. It's just there's multiple projects like this. The fuck is this? Desync. DYSNC. It's not even a token, bro. Shinobi, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. I scooped some OTK under 30 cents today. Nice. Not bad. Just DCA slowly on that one. It could drop more. Kodiak, good to see you as well, bro. Back to the meme casino, yeah. I think that's what's happening now, bro. I think when utility gets boring and Bitcoin gets boring, people just go straight back into meme coins. You still think Forward Protocol is a good project? If so, where do you see it going? I do think I still believe in Forward Protocol. I haven't really, I don't hold it myself. But I think with the vesting schedule being good, it does have decent potential. The only thing is, I don't know if they're still active on the Twitter or not. That's the only concern about this project. They're not really active. Well, they are kind of are, yeah. So they're giving some reviews, but they're rarely active though. The last time they posted before that was September the 27th. But these guys have a completed project, so they are consistently. At least they provide an update, which is good to see. I do think it can pump, though. It's just a matter of, but these are the type of stuff you put very small amounts of money in. That's it. Anything more, anything significant, I would not put in this token. I don't even think there's enough liquidity for you to put anything significant in, anyways. Jay Sheldon, good to see you, bro. Simon, good to see you as well. I told you we'll go down. Also thinking of getting to some Carrot. What are your thoughts on this, bro? I do like Carrot. Carrot's always been. I've always been opened up. I've always thought Carrot's a good project. That's why it's always been on my honorable mentions list. I do think it can do well. I want to get rid of Rice Stream. I don't even like that project anymore, bro. BTC is above the 200 weekly AMA, and it's normal for the bull run at this stage. Access support. I do think so. We went below it for a bit, but now it is back between the 200 weekly AMA. You're right, yeah. I think it's just chopping around between those two. What do I mean by a normal cycle? Well, a normal cycle is just going to be, maybe the Fed prints a few $1 trillion, maybe a couple, and we just pump, just a normal cycle, bro. A super cycle is when we get a crash at the end of the business cycle, the end, for example, like COVID, and the Fed comes to the rescue and starts printing aggressively. Like 2020 was a super cycle. That's a super cycle because the Fed came after the COVID crash, and they printed, I think it was 11 trillion or something, or 10 trillion in the space of 2 weeks. Everyone got a bunch of stimmy checks, and that was a super cycle. If you bought anything in 2020, even shit, you would have made good money. That's how much money was flowing that cycle. So every single day is looking like we're not gonna get super cycle this time, bro. That's what it's looking like. Not anytime soon, no, but I'll probably buy it at the end of the year. That's it. That's when I would buy it. If you miss 30K, you missed it. The market doesn't let you sit for years to bring. Well, we'll probably get 30K in the next bear market, bro. Like if you're sitting around for 30K, you're basically a permable, and we're not gonna see 30K, bro. The lowest we'd ever see is 40K if we can't break. If you consistently just follow this, consistent higher trend, it will end at 40K. It'll end around 40K. I'll wick down to 40K and then back up to here somewhere 45K. But if you're sitting here waiting for 30K, bro, you're basically a perma bear. And I don't think you should be a perma bear in this type, especially these times when the Fed is so close to QE, and other governments are already starting QE, bro. You cannot be a perma bear unless something collapses tomorrow. Then, but those are black swan events. You can't really predict those type of stuff, can you? Means pumping usually end of pump. Bitcoin done first, unfortunately. That's also true as well. Delario, good to see you, brother. Hit the likes, boys. Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. I'll do some coin reviews in a second, bro. I'm gonna do an RWA stream tomorrow. Just talk about some very good RWA coins. Hey G, me thinking Altseason will happen till that's what I've been saying for the past 6 months, bro. Altseason will happen till 2026. I mean 2025, sorry. Altseason only happens when the Fed goes into QE, bro. And they have not done that yet, so we're not gonna get Altseason. If the Fed is still taking stuff off their balance sheet, it's very unlikely we'll get Altseason because it's very correlated to the Fed going into QE. At the moment, they're in QT. If you look at 2020, when the Fed started adding to their balance sheet, that's when the markets, the altcoins start going back up. At the moment, they haven't done that. So, you can't ask for Altseason now. Doesn't make sense. I love BTC. Very good to see you as well, my friend. Jobs market numbers are BS. Yeah, that's also true as well. Before the election, that's what they do. They just bullshit about the jobs market, about how the economy is so strong, just to make themselves look better in the polls. And then afterwards, after the election is done, you start getting the real data, because then they always revise it. Anissa, good to see you as well in here. I think $3 is a fair amount. $3 to $5 is possible for all. I wouldn't say anything's conservative, but you have to think, if you don't get a super cycle, most of these altcoins won't even do that much anyways. Why don't I like GTAI? To be fair, I haven't really looked into GTAI in a while, but the last time I checked was because of the vesting schedule. Let's just double check again, because I've not followed this token for a decent amount of time. So now it's $26 million in market cap. When I was looking at it, it was probably a couple million, maybe 5-6 million or something. So it's got heavily diluted over that time. But one of the biggest concerns for me was the early investors and how much tokens were coming to circulation. But it seems like it's slowly about to end soon. Yeah, so the private guys got 26% of the supply. That's 36. Marketing is another thing for basically selling. So that's basically 40% seed, public. These guys have, well, the public's got their tokens, but the seed is getting their tokens throughout the year. So there's a decent amount of early investors in this. That was one of them. And the vesting schedule was not the best. So it's $23 million in market cap. Let's have a look at it now. Yeah, so just 2x dilution, which is not too bad actually. The reason I never liked this before was because of the vesting schedule, but it seems like it's diluted quite heavily since the last time I've looked at it. But when this first came out, the dilution and the vesting schedule was fucking awful, bro. And since then, since most people were telling you to buy, there were so many people telling you to buy this shit around $2 to $3. You know, since then it's dumped all the way as low as 10x down. So all the people that listen to me saved a shit ton of money. But this is not too bad. You know, it's not bad. I think for $26 million in market cap, there's better coins than this. For example, I personally would rather buy Alt over this. But you know, I don't think this is a bad token anymore. It's only a 2x dilution now. Before it was way worse. I believe so as well. KY. I think that's definitely possible for Alt. I mean for Tectum. Are we calling for a hard landing? Hard landing could happen maybe even next year, bro. We don't know. If it happens at the end of this year, in December, after the third rate cut, well, it will be very good for us, I think. You know, we'll get good buying opportunities. Those people that have USDT, and you know, we'll have the Fed come to the rescue. But we need like a flush out anyways, but we need like a big hard landing. What is YI? YI. The fuck is this? AI powered market data Oracle. I would not be surprised if this shit pumps, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. The shit looks awful, but it's always these shit tokens that tend to pump. 1st of October, 10 hours ago. Oracle notified signals, sell signals yesterday. Yeah, this can actually do fairly well, to be fair. Seems they're active on Twitter. Seems that they have a clear use case. It's brand new. This type of shit always just randomly pumps, and I would not be surprised if this pumped. Miffy, good to see you, brother. Ben, good to see you. Manto or Ski? What the fuck is Ski? What's Ski, bro? Souls, I don't really like Souls, bro. Souls got rugged or something, bro. He got hacked. I don't really like buying projects that got hacked, just because there's so many better projects, you know, that hasn't got hacked. I personally would not buy this. I think if you bought this, you know, when projects randomly get hacked, bro, it's always just like it's very rare for these projects to actually get hacked, especially when you get audit from Certic. You know, you either done it yourself, or most of the time is one of the devs taking profits, bro. And they'll tell you they got hacked, but it's very unlikely these tokens actually get hacked. So when you see bullshit like this, it always throws me off. And you gotta keep in mind this MMORPG type of games, and you know, they got high quality. These games are never gonna come out, bro. Does this one even got a game out? So it's got Awakening Season 2. Awakening Season 2 coming tomorrow. It's pumped a little bit, but personally, I would only trade this. I wouldn't hold it now. To be fair, now is not a bad time. You could probably gamble on it, but I wouldn't put anything major into it, bro. These MMORPG type of games do have like a little cycle within the gaming one, where they do tend to pump. I'm not doing coin reviews at the moment, bro. Unless it's a token I know, I'm not gonna do coin reviews on a bunch of different tokens. Your thoughts on Farcana and Neon Heroes? I think Neon is pretty good. Farcana is not too bad. I probably wouldn't buy it though. What's my opinion about Qorpo? I think Qorpo is fundamentally a good project. I don't think there's anything wrong with Qorpo at the moment. You know, it can probably drop. The only thing about this token was the vesting schedule is probably like 2-3x dilution. It's not the best, but it's, you know, it's also not the worst either. I think it's about 2 to 3x dilution. But I do think because they do burns and buybacks and stuff, I do think it can perform fairly well. But you know, the more unlocks this continues to have, and as the market gets a bit more bearish, this is just going to continue to dump. The thing is, this has 2 months of normal unlocks, and then you'll go to 1 month where the unlocks are very, very harsh, which caused this current crash over here. If you looked at this crash over here from 13 cents all the way as low as like 6 cents or some shit. Well, I think it was over here, 15 cents all the way down to like, where's it gone, bro? Let's go to the years. Yeah, it was 15 all the way down to like 6 was because of that unlock. So it goes, you know, it has a normal unlock, maybe like a mil, 2 mil, or like, I think it's like a mil or something, just under a mil. And then it goes and has a massive unlock of like 3-4 million every other month. So 2 months of normal unlocks. And then the third month is always a massive unlock with the staking, the early investors. And as long as they're up on the investments, they're going to keep selling. They'll keep some at the end, but they're going to get it all throughout now, you know, all the way into 2026. That's why they'll continue to sell. How can I join your private group? My private group currently is locked. The 300 people are already in there. It's currently filled out, my friend, but as opportunity arises, you know, and some people might leave, always happens, I will open up more spots. I'll double check today actually, because I don't normally check, but what people tend to do is, you know, they miss payments and they don't even notice it. But then I'll have a look at it one of these days, bro. And if I end up miss payments, I'll just kick them out and replace them. Because people do that sneakily and they don't even say nothing. The people that respectfully message me and say, you know, oh, I missed a payment, because look, all of these guys know when they miss payments. They just don't say it. You know, they try to be sneaky about it, because I don't really check it, to be honest with you. I check it once in a blue moon, that's it. You know, most of these guys don't say it, but some people do message because they're respectful. You know, and but then, bro, if you don't message and you lose your spot, I'm just gonna kick you out, bro. So I'll let you know within the next couple of days, my friend, if there's any spots available. Coinspam 717, what was that normal cycle? Yeah, but Bitcoin back then was in its early stages. Bro. That was still classed as a bull run, though. I think Freeball is not too bad. SOP, I don't think it's a bad token. I think the team said they're going to start marketing again when the gaming one takes off again. At the moment, it's consolidating. You know, it's on a bullish chain. Avalanche is still a good token for gaming specifically. So I do think it can do well. You know, it's not a bad time to DC this either. CGV tokenomics is perfectly fine, but I think you're looking at the wrong places. Scooped up some ZX dip. Nice. Wisdom, I don't really like it, bro. I don't like anything. I don't like AI tokens that pretend they can trade. You know, anything to do with AI trading, I don't really like. First of all, there's too many of those already. So, you know, it's already a niche narrative. So it's not going to really outperform because you have so many different ones. And the likely chances of your one doing well is, you know, is very unlikely. Because no one's going to trust AI to do their trading, bro. Let's be honest. AI is not even advanced enough to do that type of stuff yet. It's all just a concept. Most of them don't have a working product. So personally, I like to avoid those type of projects. Unless one of them is actually good and people earn money, then it can do very well. But it looks like Wisdom AI, I don't think anyone's utilizing the AI bot, bro. I just don't like those type of projects and that concept. Yeah, I only talk about good projects with good fundamentals, bro. People just talk about the same shit tokens over and over again. I just have to skip it. Smash the likes. Appreciate that, my friend. Good to see you. I think it's the first time I've seen you in here. Thoughts on not AI. Not AI. That sounds familiar. That does. Not AI. Yo, why is the volume so high? It's on ton. First AI super app built on Telegram. Team from OKX. Yeah, this actually looks decent, bro. This actually looks decent. Not a bad token. I don't think the team is docs though, is it? You have the team from all these guys. This just looks like a scam, bro. Facebook, TikTok. If you have a team from all of those, where is it though? Where are the team members at? Are they doxed? Partnerships, Ape, ICP Group, Hawk, Seedify. Oh, so they do have a docs team. Okay. Is this the people they partner with, or is this the actual team? Can someone clarify that, please? If this is the actual team, well, they seem to have all the big launch pads launching them, so they can't be fake. Yeah, it's not a bad token, actually, buddy. Not a bad token. It's got good exchange listing, KuCoin, Gate, Mexi. Yeah, it's not a bad token at all, bro. Not a bad token at all. The vesting schedule doesn't look the best. 9x dilution. I'd have to look at the vesting schedule, but it's not a bad token though. Sometimes these projects tend to do well, not only because of they have so many different use cases, but the website looks pretty clean as well. And there's a lot of buzzwords behind this. You have Binance, OKX, Bybit, TikTok, Facebook. You know, when people see stuff like that, they tend to buy it and pump it up. So it does have some decent fundamentals with the team members. You just have to clarify the team members, bro, because sometimes these scams have these fake partnerships and these fake team members like Wisdom. Wisdom has all these fake. It doesn't even have a docs team, but then it says the team members and it has all the faces of the partners. So you have to just clarify that, but it doesn't look that bad though. Crypto Legend, good to see you, brother. Is Sensay a good investment for the bull run? Of course it is. Sensay is not a short-term play. I think it's a long-term play. Well, not, but when I say long-term, I mean to the end of the bull run. What's my opinion on edge metrics? I do like edge metrics, but until they fix the tokenomics, I'm not gonna buy it, bro. I think it has a bullish concept. It has decent exchanges, you could say decent. They got Mexi and Gate, decent. But with $2 million in market cap, you know, the only thing they have to do is fix their tokenomics, which they haven't done yet. But these guys got $20 million from Polygon Ventures and Amber Group. So they have the funding. They're consistently developing. But until they fix the tokenomics, I would never buy this, bro. Never buy it. But it's AI deep in an RWA, so you know it does look pretty good. It just the tokenomics is awful. I would not buy it. Block assets, isn't that the block assets? This looks like an RWA project. Let's have a look. Isn't this the what's it called? The CIX type of token? They got Hazmat on here. Recruit athletes, Supertone tokens. Oh shit, okay. I remember this token actually. So they got the UFC partner as well, which is pretty bullish. Sometimes you do have to clarify some of these partners, bro. When they have outrageous, like some crazy partnerships like this. What the fuck? They got Wayne Rooney on here. Yeah, I wouldn't buy anything with Wayne Rooney on there, bro. Where's the Docs team though? Surely this has to have a Docs team if they got some partners, some crazy partners. YouTube partners taking Discord. It's gonna do okay, bro. It's not a bad token. But where's the Docs team? Surely they have to have a Docs team, bro. But it doesn't look like a bad token though. They got a partnership with UFC, which is massive. We might not get a super cycle, but I'm thinking 30 to 40% In meme coins, all it takes is one new molding. Yeah, but my friend, that's too risky, Johnny. That's way too risky, bro. Why would you put 30-40% in meme coins, bro? You have to think like the chances of you catching a Modine is like, you have a decent amount of chance of winning the lottery, bro. That's how, because there's so many memes launching every single day. There's thousands launching every day, and out of that 1,000, a few of them tend to go on further than just launching and dying. And the chances of you finding that is very, very small. So you have to lose a decent amount of money in order to catch one that does well. It's very hard, bro. Most of the time, you find out about these meme coins after they done well. You don't find out before because you don't even know. A lot of these meme coins are manipulated by whale groups and VCs. VCs are right now, they're more interested in meme coins because they can make some money short term. You see a meme coin go parabolic and it dumps heavy. Those are the VCs. They get a project, they pump it up. Everyone starts talking about it, they do marketing, and then and then they just dump it down to shits, and then people move on, and then that's just how it works. Rich, how you doing, brother? Truth holding up while teams work hard. Yeah, because the fucking team probably dumped or took 8 million fucking tokens, bro. I think they lost like 5 million. Maybe that's probably why the team's working hard, bro. They probably pocketed some of that money. Hacked equals dumpster. That's what I genuinely think here. Check out Athena on CoinMarketCap. Athena is probably one of those shit AI coins, bro. I think it is us, yeah. I think isn't Athena like the Ali coin? Project Athena. Miffy, bro, you gotta show me some decent tokens. What the fuck is this? 19k trading volume, 300k in cap. When did this even launch? Project Athena. This is like Leica AI, bro. We have different, use cases. Release deck listing. Yeah, this shit is ass, bro. The fuck is this? Truth is hacked, but still on your truth. Is truth on there? Shit, let me get rid of that, bro. I don't even update it, bro. About what happened? What happened, Jay? What happened, bro? What token did you tell me to look at? Was it MFG or something? MFG. Let's have a look at it, buddy. Small MFG. It's not Junior Swap. Is that $119? What the hell? Remote blockchain meets real world RWA tokenization. Coinbase custody. Yeah, this looks like a massive scam, though, I'll be honest. We'll work with, I don't think you work with any of these. Yeah, this looks like a massive scam, buddy. I would not be touching this, bro. Yeah, this definitely looks like a scam. I agree with you, bro. I agree with that. Altcoins do make you rich, bro. BTC does make you wealthy. Well, it depends how much money you have, to be honest. Oh, Sato coin. Sato is. I remember he had a very good one. It just went parabolic out of nowhere. Did like a 10x in a very short period of time. But would I buy this? Probably not, my friend. Probably not. This could run again, but this already had a very explosive pump, bro, and since then it just died. And I don't even know if the team is still active on this anymore. It doesn't look like these guys are active anymore, bro. Yeah, I would avoid this, bro. This had its time, but you know the likely chance of this coming back alive is very low. Why is the market crashing? The market isn't really crashing; it's just consolidating. So it's called consolidation. We'll probably come down to the low 60s again. If you can hold it, you know you could class this as a double bottom, and then maybe it'll bounce back up. But this is how the markets behave when the markets, you know, there's nothing going on right now. Most people are too uncertain right now in terms of the election, so they're just not going to buy. The whale's not going to buy. You know, I think people are just going to get bored and potentially maybe sell off a bit. I've heard about Soul Chat and I heard it's a scam. I'm not too sure. I personally would not buy Soul Chat anymore. That you know that initial Solana pump has already been done. So the likely chances of you getting what that parabolic Solana pump again is going to be very unlikely. You know, you're not going to get the same phase where Solana went from $8 all the way down to, you know, all the way up to 200. Its ecosystem went parabolic. But, you know, the likely chances of that happening again is very, very low. I still think the Solana ecosystem can perform very well. But the same effect that we had initially, where it jumped from, like I said, $8 all the way to 200 or close to 200. I don't know. I think it went to like 180. It's not going to happen again. You know, it's not going to happen again, buddy. So I personally wouldn't search for that anymore. Search for like a new upcoming chain. Maybe like Sue. If you catch a nice project on Sue, then you know you can do well. Some coins like Tau, near Sue, and the Great are these blue chips odds which are here to stay. You can't say Tau is a blue chip yet. Tau is his first cycle. You know, Nia can be classed as a blue chip because it's already been through one. Sue, these are new tokens. Like the thing is, you know, a lot of people have this misconception that because a project performs well this cycle, that is gonna automatically gonna be a blue chip. But the only blue chip in crypto is ETH and Bitcoin. That's it. Those are the only blue chips you can class because a lot of these other ones just die out and new ones replace them. You know, look at Cardano now; it's basically dead now. You know, you can class Solana maybe as a blue chip, but the rest of them are all done. You know, so you can't class any of these as a blue chip, my friend. You know, they might not even be around the next cycle. People just would not buy them. Tao's first cycle, Sue's first cycle. Nia has one cycle before, but even that's not a blue chip. So you know, don't I wouldn't class anything other than Ethereum and Bitcoin as blue chips. Everything else is, you know, could get replaced at any time. You know, so it's hard to tell any of these blue. Only time will tell. A lot of people are classing Casper to be a blue chip, but what's the chances? You know, you have to think a lot of people live in the moment, so they don't look into the future. You know, bro, last cycle, everyone the same code that we had for Cardano, you know, the Casper code we had now is the same code. The Cardano code was the same. You know, Cardano was going to replace ETH, be the number two. They thought the same thing that Casper people are thinking now. And look at Cardano now. Time changes, new narratives come into play. There will be a new shiny gem next cycle. You know, the previous cycle was Chainlink. This cycle is Casper. Next cycle will be something else. And then no one's going to give a fuck about Casper anymore. They're going to go buy something else. You know, the same retards that they're buying Casper now, they're probably, some of these YouTubers will probably still shill it, but then people will move on and find something else. So you know, like I said, people always want something new. You know, when Casper's at 50, 60 billion dollars in market cap, or even lower, 30, 40, no one's gonna buy that shit anymore, bro. People are gonna go look for the next, you know, the next upcoming Casper. Like I said, bro, a lot of these people, a lot of these YouTubers, you have to be careful to listen when they give you some outlandish, you know, 5 to 10 year, you know, Casper predictions, bro. You don't even know if Casper is going to be around for 5 to 10 years, bro. There's so many solid projects, you know, in the 2017, 2018 cycle. Everyone thought they're going to be the next big thing. Look at them now; they're all dead, bro. There's very, very few make it this far, man. That's why you shouldn't marry any of your coins past the bull run. No worries, buddy. I will do. No, I'm not even gonna answer that question. What the fuck? Smooth, how you doing, bro? It's good to see you in here as well. Carlo on base. Carlo on base. Is that a meme coin? If it's a meme coin, bro, I don't really talk about meme coins. I don't really care about meme coins. I don't really, the problem with meme coins is there's always going to be something newer that people are going to go to. Of course, this is a fucking meme coin, bro. Bro, this is a dead token, bro. I remember someone shilling me this fat Snorlax piece of shit. I'm not buying this, bro. Why do people come here to show their own little bags? Like, I swear, Jay, you've said that token before because I've looked at that token before. Hey, good to see you, brother. What did I miss? Cut up on all Discord. Check the price update starting now. Oh, I don't really like this shit, bro, to be honest with you. It's had a massive wick, but bro, this is, I don't know, man. I would never touch this. This is not, you can't give this alert on this type of shit tokens, bro. This might do a quick 2x and dump, just like it's done before, like this. Some massive pumps and then dumps. And then goes lower. Let's see, bro. Let's see. But you do seem to like this project a lot, AA, though. I personally don't even like it. What is this? Logs. I've never heard of this one before. Let's have a look at it. Logs. Which one is it? I'm assuming it's this one. 5 million. Volume looks very healthy. It's on the base network. Trade, leverage. Okay, so it's one of these tokens. Okay. Look, these type of tokens. Oh, okay. It got RWAs as well. Bring real estate trading on chain, yield farming, gaming. So it has multiple different use cases. That's good to see. 30K TPS. Okay, so they obviously got their own layer one, it seems. So they got multiple audits as well. That's good to see. Doesn't look that bad, buddy. It actually doesn't even look that bad. The vesting schedule, I'll have to check out though. Exchanges are decent, very good. Overall, this doesn't even look like a bad token, to be honest. The narrative is a bit niche, the DEX, the trading, the 50x leverage type of stuff. But overall, it's not a bad token, to be honest with you. Actually, not a bad token. I made an all investment around thing. What's the next coin you recommend? I'll drop some RWA coins for you guys tomorrow, buddies. I'll drop some RWA coins tomorrow. At the moment, everything's pumped too much. That's the problem. All the RWA coins I like has pumped a decent amount. Relio has pumped, prop base has pumped. The other one has pumped as well. But I will drop an RWA coin for you guys tomorrow. Not RWA, not tier list, but an RWA stream tomorrow. I think that would be fun. Where we only talk about RWA coins. That's it. Guest, wa alaikum salam, bro. Good to see you. What about Infras X? Yeah, the website does look pretty clean, to be honest with you. I think that's a good trade, but anything more than a trade, I don't really see it. Those are like trades, but I wouldn't really focus on anything else in terms of those type of tokens. They're good trades, but the likely chances of those rugging is quite high. Blockgames. Never heard of that, actually. Blockgames. Is it just called Blockgames or it's Block? Okay, so it looks like it's brand new, actually. Looks like it's brand new. A new kind of ad network. Why is it called Blockgames? Is it just, it's mobile games? Okay. Yo, that website is annoying, bro. Rewarding players. Rewarding players is our flagship loyalty-based application, connecting players with their favorite games in exchange for rewards. It is first and largest traffic user connected to the Blockgames network. 1 million plus in-game spending. Damn, okay. Have you tried this, my friend? Have you tried this? It's interesting. This is one of the exchanges. Look, oh, they got very good exchanges. What the fuck? Yo, it's actually not a bad token, bro. So he's come out start of the year. Obviously, the chart looks awful because it's a brand new token, which is completely fine. You know, don't get disheartened with a chart like this. Like I said, any token that launched March, April, you know, those times the chart's gonna look like this. It's not an issue. These type of tokens tend to do well later on. So these guys have very, very good exchanges, which is quite surprising. Got some crazy followers on X as well. And they're quite active regularly. Obviously, a lot of these followers are bots, so you can't take them serious when they got 800k. The only thing you have to look at is the interaction. They got between 2 to 5k is the average they get. But this doesn't even look that bad. Let's look at the vesting schedule real quick. We'll have to look at the vesting schedule because, you know, if the rewards look pretty decent, to be fair, it's on mobile as well. I do like mobile games. So it's $6 million in market cap. It looks like it's linear unlocks. Let's go look at towards August. Damn, this shit looks fucking heavy, bro. 20, so it's about just over 3x dilution. Not the best. Ecosystem community rewards. Investors, they get their tokens in 90 days. The team gets their token in 94 days as well. Community pre-sale. What's the fundraising? How much are these guys up? Okay, so if these guys are up, down 17%, these guys are probably still up on the investments. They got Maven Capital, which is pretty good. It seems they got a lot of early investors. Aptos. Well, they got a decent amount though. Oh, even Alex Becker's invested into this shit. Look. Alex Becker's an angel investor. My friend, this is so far, this is on the better side of the tokens being short today. This is indeed on the better side. $6 million in market cap, 3x dilution. The exchanges are very, very solid. I'll have to look into this further and try out the game myself because they got OKX, Bybit, Gate, KuCoin, Mexi, Bitmore. They got a bit more shit, but the rest of them are pretty good exchanges. Good shout, my friend. Good shout. Let me add this to my to-do research list. Blockgames. Because the only thing that matters is, you know, it looks like it's got easy to play games. Ideally, we want the market cap to be a bit lower. Monetize SDK enables any app to correct channel blockchain network monetizing. There probably have to be some legal issues for this project though, because you have to think they got all these games unless they've made them themselves. You know, they can't just use other people's games without their permission, bro. So that's one concern. Because then Dubs was the same thing. So they got. Do we see anyone worthy? No, not really. Tap for fun. Let's look at the team. Where's Alex Becker on this? Did Alex Becker back out or something? So these are advisors. So they got a big team as well. Okay. Overall, this is not a bad token, buddy. I'll have to look into this further. I want to try out the game myself. And, you know, if it's decent, then I think this can do fairly well. They've got very good exchanges. The only thing is the vesting's not the best, though. Mustard, how you doing, bro? I have no more new gems. Most gems are launching at the end of the year, 2025. Do you agree? I agree with you, yeah. I think most of the coins are. Oh, do I have more new gems? I do have 2 more new gems, yes. I thought you were talking about yourself, AA. I thought you found some new Solana coins. But I do have 2 more new gems, yeah. I'm going to drop 1 more RWA and 1 more AI, bro. Yeah, a lot of projects do have the scam warning, but they're still pumped though. But those are the ones you keep short term. You don't keep long term, bro. Still think Alt is the gem of all gems. I agree with you, bro. I think Alt will do very well. It's only a matter of time people actually find out. As time goes on, more and more people find out about Alt. And it's already happening though. If you look at Twitter now, there's quite a few more big influencers talking about Alt now. Where before no one really knew about it. Thoughts on Rico? I don't really like Rico anymore, bro. I used to like it. I used to hold a big chunk of the supply. I had like 5-6% of the supply at one point, but like I said, I already made a decent amount, bro. I think I made like 30x on Wecoin already. Found it very early, accumulated a large amount, and then got rid of it. I just don't like the team. The team is very incompetent for this project. They'll pump when the RWA narrative takes off, but you could say the only thing that this is, the only attractive thing about this token is the market cap. That's it. It's very low in market cap, but if you look at the development stuff, they're not doing anything significant, bro. They've just about managed to pay a Mexi listing. When I bought this, it was only on PancakeSwap, and it was very hard to get rid of this because the liquidity was so low. But it's 100% in circulation, low in market cap. It will definitely pump with the RWA narrative. 10 to 20x crypto gains every. Yeah, I agree. That's still a very good amount, especially if you're narrative hopping, bro. Casper will be dead in the next cycle. All tokens are almost out. Won't mind. Yeah, that's the thing though. People always forget. One of the biggest reasons Casper done very well was because of the mining. The miners adopted it, but there's so many tokens where miners adopted and then moved on to something else because as time goes on, the mining profits go lower and lower. Unless it's Bitcoin where miners consistently mining. Everything else will get miners move around. They don't stay in one project. Cadena done very well last cycle because of the miners adopted it. But look at it this cycle, most miners left. They moved on to something else. So eventually, when the Casper mining becomes less profitable and no one cares about it no more, it's just going to be another relic from the previous cycle. This is why when you hear these influencers tell you, they don't even think. As influencers genuinely do not think. They have one concept and that concept alone. They don't think otherwise, bro. They're just selling you because anyone with a brain would not be buying Casper at these prices, bro. You're gonna get a fucking 4-5x max. You're gonna get a 5 to 6x max, unless you're happy with that. That's fine. But it's already like almost $4-5 billion in market cap. What are the chances? The most you can do is a 10x. That's it. People always try to compare it to, Cardano went this high. Bro, Cardano went that high for a specific narrative. That narrative was the ETH killer narrative, which was one of the biggest narratives last cycle. Hence why Annie was a super cycle last cycle as well. So all of that combined made Cardano go parabolic. There's the same environment is not currently there for ETH. I mean, there's no such thing as ETH killers anymore because ETH's got ETF now. It's very unlikely to be killed. You got a bunch of these layer 2s built on ETH to make the gas fees lower. ETH is going to be around for a decent amount of time, I think. Eventually, maybe something will outplace it, maybe Solana or something. But Casper doesn't even have smart contracts, bro. Why do people think that a bunch of people are going to start building? They don't even have smart contracts. Cardano had smart contracts. People were building on them. That's why it did very well. And because of the ETH killer narrative, I don't think that same narrative is going to play out this cycle. So I don't know. I don't think, like I said, once the mining becomes less profitable, then the miners are going to move on, and the project's not going to be the same. I've already looked into Bobble Nova. I think Bobble is not too bad actually. Bobble isn't too bad. It gives. I tried out the game as well. The game's not too bad, but it's like Subway servers, bro. They don't really have any other games. The only thing with Bobble is you can go play the game, the Subway server like game, but you can get tokens there, but you can't do anything with the tokens at the moment. So at the moment, it's not even worth buying, bro. Hence why it doesn't really do that well. It's got good partners. They've got a lot of followers on Twitter. It looks decent. But if you try out the game, the earning mechanism is awful. So for this to do very well is going to be very, very rare. It's not going to do that well. The vesting isn't the best either. Look at the vesting schedule; it's literally not that good. But if they got a game and you can't earn playing the game, it's just not going to do that well. I played the Subway Surfer game. I don't know what other games they have, but I only played the Subway Surfer one. That's the only one that's on the App Store, I think. Maybe the other ones are different, but this one's not too bad during the gaming run. A lot of these will do well during the gaming run. Oh, no worries, Jay Sheldon, bro. It's just that, like over time, if I'm on a stream for like an hour and a half, bro, and I'm just looking at the same shit projects over and over again, bro, it's gonna give me a headache. That's why. Like I've been doing this shit for the past 6-7 months or something, bro, and I can tell you, bro, the amount of times I looked at the same tokens over and over again, it does tend to get irritating sometimes. Why Maneki doesn't perform despite good website, good content? I don't know, bro. I don't really care. It's only meme coin, bro. What do you expect from a meme coin? Meme coins are just like, it will have its time at some point, bro. But a lot of this volume is fake on Maneki. I don't think this volume is legit. It's probably a lot of bots trading it. But a lot of meme coins do that though, where they have a bunch of bots trading it. I do think it will pump again, though. I do think it will pump again. They're still active on the Twitter. They got a trademark as well. That's the only reason I liked it was because of the trademark. That's it. But they got a partnership with Napoli, the football team. It's massive, bro. So I don't think it's really a scam. But the price action doesn't look the best. But I feel like it will have its time at some point, bro. Even Ethereum is an altcoin at the end of the day. Bitcoin will always be king, bro. Bitcoin will always be king. I do think Chirply can still do okay, yeah. Don't make it a large percentage of your portfolio, though. LogX is backed by Coinbase Ventures. Are you sure about that? Are you 100% sure about that? But it doesn't look that bad, though, to be honest with you. Whereas, it is backed by Coinbase Vector. You're actually right. Not bad, though. Not a bad pick. And it's not listed on Coinbase either, so it will potentially get that listing. It's not the best. It's just a super app, bro. You can trade on there. You can use it for multiple. But it's DeFi. I'm not too bullish on DeFi. That's the thing. But I can't see this pumping, though, for sure. I can definitely see this pumping. It looks legit. Something backed by the Coinbase Ventures is very unlikely to rug until at least the end of the bull run. They'll rug, but maybe after the bull run, I don't know. Yeah, Block is working in an application I expect has an investment. It looks good though, my friend. It looks good. This token and Block is on the better side of today's picks. These tokens look decent, to be honest with you. Zilla, good to see you, brother. Oh yeah, 10x for Chirply would be easy, bro. When people ask genuine questions, you say they shit in coins. Sometimes we just want your opinion. When people ask genuine questions, no, they ask the meme coin, bro. That's why. You can't really shilling talking about a meme coin is not. It's not talking about me, shilling coins. I never said that. It's just that obviously you have to keep in mind, DJ. And I'll probably look at the same tokens over and over again on these live streams, bro. And it does get irritating at times. Not all the time, obviously. Like look how many times I've talked about Minlayer and Octospace, bro. I've talked about those tokens like 50 times in the past couple of months. That's why. And when you're shilling a meme coin, I've already looked into the Snorlax coin already. $1 million in market cap, a meme coin. I've already said multiple times on my stream, I don't understand meme coins that well. And I don't know the metrics about meme coins. I don't really talk about meme coins. That's why if it's a utility, I don't mind because I do look at utility. But if it's a meme coin, like what can you even look at a meme coin for me to give an opinion on, bro? Realistically, it's just it's an image with a website. There's nothing else to it. So it's hard for me to give a comment on a meme coin. I'll have a look at it today, cool guy, and then I'll have to look at the vesting schedule as well. To be fair, also G3 has good investors level. G3 is not too bad actually. I do like G3. It's a good ecosystem. A lot of projects like that do tend to do well. If you look at G3 is like a gaming hub, like a gaming aggravator, you could say. I don't know if they develop their own games or not, but they have a bunch of different games, from other projects. And they're kind of like a mini Miria, you could say. Look, someone's actually streaming Off the Grid right now. When is Off the Grid even going to come out? Oh, you can create content on here as well. That's pretty unique. But this is, look, bro, Hamster Combat was one of the biggest fucking scams ever, bro. I hope they just get deleted. Because that was one of the biggest scams. I don't know. There's so many people that wasted months and months and months, doing that shit just to get $10, $12, $15. But that was the biggest scam airdrop ever, bro. That pissed me off, that did. I genuinely spent 2 months doing that shit. 2-3 months I've done that just to get $10, bro. Fucking annoying. I would only open up my VIP group to Moob if people leave. That's it. At the moment, no, it's not open at the moment, buddy. Do I think Inj could do well? I know you don't like give a price prediction in overall. I do think Inj can do well. Yes, I do think Injective can still do well. I think it's it will still do well. I think it's a layer 1 to finance, and I think people do like that. I think it will do well. Yes, it all depends on how the cycle goes. To be honest with you, but I think Injective will still give us a 5 to 10x in the bull run. If Israel war escalates after the election, how do you see the cycle? If it escalates, it won't be good for the cycle, to be honest with you. If we get some sort of economic collapse, then it's going to be very bad, isn't it? But I don't think it will escalate. It's very, very, rare that will escalate, because I don't think America will allow it, because if it will cause an economic collapse on America as well. I think just the back and forth is what we're looking for, just for a quick dump in the markets. That's it. It's for us to DCA more. But the escalation is very unlikely, in my opinion, where it turns into a broader war. I don't think that's likely. Why? Because I don't think anyone wants a broader war at the moment, apart from Israel. I think they're the only ones that may be wanting war, because they're probably looking to for the Greater Israel project. That's what they're looking to do. And right now, because Biden is incompetent, and Netanyahu controls the U.S. government, he can do whatever he wants at the moment. But I feel like with Trump in there might be a little bit of a pushback. Even though Trump hates Iran, but he's not likely to just blindly listen to Netanyahu. He will do something about it, maybe. But for it to go into a broader war, I don't think Trump will allow it. I think if Camilla's in there, she'll just do whatever they tell her to do. They're all controlled by the same puppet. But I think Trump has a better chance. I think with Trump, the world would be in a better place than anyone else. Our fucking Camilla, at least. And it's good for crypto as well, let's be honest. If you don't like ore, then check out MetaDAO. It can only be checked on CoinMarketCap. I'm just looking at unique risk concept. I think I've looked into MetaDAO. It doesn't even look that bad, It doesn't even look that bad. AA. I remember you shared it. It didn't look that bad. I'll have a look at it after the stream. I think it actually is not too bad. Armzilla, Leica AI, I don't really like, my friend. I think the use case is very limited. You can't buy every single project, bro. So when there's like all these new tokens launching, like Sharp AI and Leica AI, these have very limited use case. What's people going to use this for is the super app. How many super apps have you seen, thus far? I've seen thousands claiming to have a super app. On the stream, we just watched another project claim to have a super app. But this is what Palm bought, an AI pumps, bro. They got an AI bot, an AI trading assistant. They've got a wallet. They've got some influence analysis, token analysis. These are not too bad. Then They're not the best use cases, but they're not the worst either. I do think this has some fundamentals because the website looks nice, very low in market cap, decent exchanges, very good exchanges. So, tier 2, tier 3s. I think it has some fundamentals, but these are the type of tokens you invest into during the narrative hype. Unless someone gives a buy alert on this, it's very unlikely it's just going to go parabolic. You have to also keep in mind the dilution, even though it's not too bad for this project. But these are short-term trades. You buy them during the narrative hype because they will pump, because they're low in market cap. People will talk about them. They will definitely pump. But holding this now in the current market conditions is not really worth it, in my opinion. Like I said, you can't buy every token, bro. You have to be picky. The way I invest is I don't over diversify my portfolio. I like to keep it, small, not over diversified, because you're gonna have a headache in a bull run, keeping up with all your tokens. If you got 50, 60 coins, 30 coins, keep it small, keep it 10, 15, maybe 16, 17 tokens max. Because that's something, and you don't want to spread thin across multiple different tokens because you're not going to make much money like that. Rather than if you buy the best tokens and have more money allocated to those tokens and they're going to do well, you will end up with more money at the end of the bull run rather than spreading thin across multiple risky low cap projects. Some of them will rug, some of them will do well, but this don't have the crazy utility where this can do a 30, 50x like AI Tech and AGI did. This don't have it. Or it does, Sensay does. I just don't think this has it because there's so many different types of this token. Sharp AI does something similar to this. DexCheck does something similar to this. Wisdom AI does something similar. There's so many super apps that it's in a very saturated AI sector market. Just because they have AI into it, that's why people like it. But the utility is very limited. That's why I don't like this project. Like I said, you can't buy every project. This looks like a good project overall. It will definitely pump. I can't buy everything, bro, and I'm not gonna get everyone to buy everything. Let me see. No, this is not gonna 20x, bro. Staying in the 20x. It's already $500 million in market cap. For this to do a 20x is gonna be very hard. I think this is the old token as well. It's been around through one cycle. Oh no, it hasn't. 30 didn't do a 10x there. Still got well, this doesn't have too much dilution. This could do a 10 to 15x, but I don't know about 20x, my friend. It's possible though. This is actually a good token. I like this token. I think it's a good mid cap. I think it's not a bad mid cap. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I think Alex Becker shows this as well. But personally, I would not be buying Alexa, bro. Software, it's good to see you, bro. What percentage of my portfolio? Probably 5-6% at the moment. Thank you, Steve, brother. We'll get there soon, Steve. We'll get there soon, buddy. Thank you. Obify, I think Obify is quite similar to what's it called? To Sensay. But the thing with Obify is if you look at the actual bots for this project, it's not really that good though. I don't really like this one. I prefer by Sensay. If you compare the replicas of this project and Sensay, I think this is better. And they're quite similar in market cap as well. 3 million, but this one doesn't have the fundamentals like Sensay does. It does have better exchanges though, that's for sure. Are these guys still active? It's not a bad token though. I remember I had this on my watch list. But they're like another twin protocol, so I think it'll pump though, definitely. This could be a good trade. Moontropia, I don't really like that project, bro, to be honest with you. It only pumps because Alex Becker shows it. Meme coins have zero fundamentals. I don't blame you, G. Cool guy. Utility coins can make a difference in the world. It's not even about that, bro. The problem with memes is there's thousands being made every single day. So it's hard to catch the meme coins, bro. That's the thing. You're not gonna catch the next big meme coin. It's very rare. People that do, they have to have some sort of insider information where they know the people behind it is going to shit it to these whales, that whales. That's the only way these meme coins do well. So it's going to be hard to find these crazy meme coins like a Modine, like a Brat. If you can catch a chain, for example, the best way to make money in meme coins is you have to fund run the chain. So if you think a chain has good potential, go buy a meme coin on that chain and hold it for a couple of months till that chain goes parabolic. Anyone that bought that meme coin on suit now probably made a decent amount of money. So if a new chain comes out and you're bullish on that chain, go buy a meme coin on that chain. And then when that chain does well, people are going to go buy the first meme coin built on there. That's the best way to do it, my friend. That's how you catch the 30x, the 50x, the 100x meme coins in a short period of time. You have to find the chain that you are most bullish on and buy the meme coin on there. Every single chain has one main meme coin. What do I think about Fluence? Not trusting the reason. I could not find. Oh, look, I like Fluence. I made a video on Fluence, but I've looked into the vesting schedule, but it's not the best, I'll be honest with you. The vesting schedule for Fluence is really bad. I think 60 or 50% of the supply gets unlocked in 1 year. I don't know if they updated it or they changed it, but when I made a video on it, I did say, if you don't get a bull run, if you don't get a healthy market this year, then I would not be buying this. It's not going to be worth the investment because the vesting is very harsh, bro. What happened? Bro, the people that farmed it just got pennies. They just got scammed, bro. You can class that as a scam. Sensay Foreman head and shoulder dump soon. I hope so. I hope so. A lot of people missed the Sensay boat. And I hope he dumps because it looks like he does want to dump. Yes, I think it is a head and shoulder. It looks like he wants to dump. He's always had this aggressive wicks down. I hope this dumps because then I would accumulate more. I think this can do very well. I wonder what the narrative will be next cycle. Maybe something complete. It will most likely be something new. I think AI will still be around. I think RWA will still be around. Gaming is always going to be around, but there's going to be something new that a lot of people are going to go towards. We don't know where it's going to be at the moment, but when you get closer to the time, you're going to know. There's always going to be some new technology coming out, something new. And people are going to, and there's always going to be a token in crypto coming in with the same narrative. Maybe it could just be DeFi take off again. I think if you get like some sort of financial crisis, in 2026, I think DeFi could be that narrative again because DeFi is dead now. But then, as the current financial, system collapses, then you could see a scenario where DeFi goes parabolic. That could be the thing. VDT is actually not too bad, Nova. It's actually not too bad. It's like one of those cowboy games. I did watch it for a bit when it first launched, but then a lot of these tokens they manipulate the launch. So when the token comes out, that's actually had a decent pump recently. What the fuck? They're like a 2x, 3x. Not bad. The only bad thing is on Gate.io, but I fucking hate it. If this was on Mexi or something, it would have done better. But because it's on Gate, no one even has access to Gate, bro. I got 20 tokens, 15, 20 is the sweet spot. I think 25 is probably the max. I think that's still too much, bro. I think that's too much. Bro said I can buy everything. I don't really like Gamey, bro. They got hacked, but then somehow they managed to do okay because they're great. These guys made some Telegram games and it kind of saved them. But this got hacked, bro. I would not be buying it. And it's the old tokens from the last cycle, bro. I would pass on this token. I think Games was shitting this, but Game is not that good, bro. Trust me. I have a feeling RWA might be the main thing. That could be a thing as well. I think RWA is in its first stage, so we'll definitely pump this cycle. But I think the massive pump in RWA will probably be in the next cycle. You could be right, Southflex. I'm still surprised people are still shilling the same AI coins like Sensay one made a 4x and no one's shilling it. Only UG made a video, ranking video. Yeah, I actually see. I've been talking about that token for a while, and no one does talk about it. You're right, but it's not a bad token though. It's done very well. It's done a 4x, since the bottom, and it was fairly low in market cap. The thing is, it has terrible exchanges. Probably why no one talks about it, but it has a very unique concept. The fuck. It has a very unique concept. You can earn tokens by doing micro tasks that train AI. There's a few different tokens that do this concept, and they seem to have, backings from the Solana Foundation, which is very massive. They've got some other partners, Ocean Protocol, which is, fairly big. The concept is bullish, but I don't know how much you earn though, because I remember I asked someone, I think it might have been UAA, to try it out, and if you can earn decent amounts, then you can do fairly well. But that's about it. I think 2026, best buying opportunity for solid projects with best fundamentals and narratives. Easy way to make 52. I agree with you, but it depends though. You have to think, right? If you get some sort of financial collapse, then you have to buy within the 4 to 6 months, because that's, if you get a recession, that's not normally how long a recession lasts, between 4 to 7 to 8 months. If you buy them times, if Bitcoin goes down 50-60% from the highs, that's when you genuinely buy, because after the recession comes quantitative easing again, where the economy starts picking back up. So there could be a scenario where we get a normal cycle now, then get a massive crash in 2026, and then have the super cycle, in the close to 2030, or throughout 2026, 27, 28. If you buy when Bitcoin goes down significantly, when everyone's shitting their pants, that's when you make the most money, because the market always picks back up. But in altcoins, you have to pick the right altcoins, because some of them will just rug and they're gone. That's it. Look how many tokens rug now, and you have to fund run narratives. That's the best thing to do. But let's wrap up this live stream. Appreciate every single one of you that came. I'll probably be live tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we can do an RWA stream. Talk about some RWA projects, ones that are worth investing into. I will give you guys my best RWA projects. And obviously, you guys will have your own opinions on your own RWA projects. Everyone should hold at least a couple RWA projects in the portfolio. It's done very well. It's been performing throughout the years. And I think, as BlackRock gets more and more into crypto, I think RWA will only get bigger. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate every single one of you that came down. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely day, evening, night, wherever you're from in the world. Take care of yourselves. Where's my ending screen? 1 second.